Hey, hello, and welcome to another episode of Kuma's Kitchen. And today we've got Mike Herrin here in the studio. Now, you might recognize the name because it's showing up at the end of these episodes because Mike is a master chef patron of Kuma's Kitchen. He's from Seattle and he's staying here right now. Your son lives here.
Lives in Kyoto.
Right, so his son lives in Kyoto. In fact, I did some renovation for his son. So we've had all kinds of connections, haven't we?
Yes.
And today, Mike has come here and he's the cook. All right, so he's in here. He's made, well, it's a pasta sauce, but we've dubbed it pasta stew because it's a really thick tomato sauce. Absolutely delicious. The smells we've been having in the air here.
It's a culinary masterpiece, Kevin. There's absolutely no question about it.
It is. Look at that. I mean, it's just this is hearty. This is not your regular just sauce.
And you might want to put a little Parmesan on it.
I definitely do. You want some Parmesan on here, and there's also Parmesan in it too. So it's not just on it; it's in it and on it, which just adds a lot to the overall. Now you can make this. It's just a vegetable-only sauce, but don't go freaking out and going, oh no, it's vegetables only. But you can add things. We added sausages.
You could add your hamburger and pork mixture, sausages. You could keep it just vegetarian, or I know you may not want to hear this, Kevin, but you could keep it vegan too.
Say that word.
It's possible. Anyway, it's really good, and we're going to step through the whole process of making it. There's a lot of vegetables in here.
Yeah,
I think you'll like it.
It is. It's actually really chunky, delicious, and then with that Parmesan cheese, a little creaminess in there. Let's go in the kitchen and make some right now. And hey, let's dig in.
Let's go. I'm ready. Thanks, Kevin.
All right, so Mike, this is your recipe. What all we got here?
Well, we have a lot of ingredients in this recipe, Kevin. But basically, this is a pasta sauce, a marinara sauce that you could subtract, you could add. It's kind of a base, and we've added a few things today. We have zucchini across the front here, two zucchinis.
Okay, when he says two zucchinis, because they're the smaller Japanese zucchini. So if you got a big zucchini, one big zucchini would do, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Or if you don't like zucchinis, maybe no zucchini.
You say earlier eggplant. You could use eggplant too if you want, or nothing. Either is fine. This is a very flexible recipe here.
Really is. We've got about 10 mushrooms.
Yeah, those are 10 sizable mushrooms. So you could say 10 to 12 mushrooms.
Right. Kind of chopped in large pieces. We have one fairly large onion.
Right, just roughly chopped up. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm. We have approximately a half a cup of olives that are sliced.
Yep, black olives.
They came pre-sliced, so that was nice.
Yeah, so we didn't have to slice them, just measured them out.
No work there. We have garlic, and what do we have there?
6 cloves of garlic.
6 cloves of garlic. Again, chopped roughly. We have, over here, we have yellow bell pepper. 2 of them.
Yep.
Again, chopped in fairly large pieces. And here we have 2 types of tomato sauce. They're very similar, but we have one that has some Roma tomatoes in it, and we'll chop those up a little bit as we cook with the spatula.
Yeah.
And then we just have a can. Actually, it's 2 cans. There's 28 ounces here and 28 ounces here, correct? And so there'd be a lot of tomato. It's really heavy on the tomato, but it's good that way.
That looks like a good balance there, actually.
Good balance. Then across the front, we have sugar.
Yeah, it's 2 tablespoons of sugar. Just my usual unrefined cane sugar.
Good sugar. We may not use that much.
Okay.
We'll test, and then we have salt down on the end there.
Yeah, half a teaspoon of salt.
And we have some pepper.
Half a teaspoon of that.
We have some oregano.
Yeah, there's 1 teaspoon of dried oregano and 2 teaspoons of dried basil. And
we have a little dollop of red pepper flakes.
Exactly.
And a little.
Just a little, yeah. Don't get carried away. It's going to be very hot sauce. All right, so what we got here too is we're going to cook this up with some penne, or you could use rigatoni, is there something like that? We don't get rigatoni here, so
Sure.
Use penne, or my usual fusilli would work nicely too. Anything like that, any pasta really. And that's the full. Well, this is actually 500 grams. So let's call it a pound or 450 grams. Be good. And that's going to go in some water over here, hot water, not just water. We cook that up. I'm going to put that to one side for right now. Now, you told me earlier that we could add other things to this, right?
Oh, definitely. In fact, I know you often have a combination of hamburger and pork, kind of 60-40, I think.
Yes, yeah,
And
exactly.
certainly we could do that. I didn't do that here. As you see, the way that this stands right here, except for the Parmesan cheese, it's really, well, with the Parmesan cheese, it's vegetarian. You could make this vegan if you wanted to. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Kevin.
Everybody, please.
I apologize. But we've got Parmesan cheese, but certainly you could add your hamburger pork mixture or other types of
Right, actually, quickly
too.
Back to the Parmesan cheese. We forgot to mention that, didn't we?
Yes.
That is 2 ounces or 55 grams of Parmesan cheese grated. That's just going to give you some body in there, isn't it? So, I'm going to add something, okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because this is Kuma's kitchen, and like some meat in there, okay? Now, this is something that we could add here. I'm going to add today is we're going to add in some Bratwurst. And that's 12 ounces or 340 grams of bratwurst. These are the ones you've seen me use and a couple other things. So let me get some of this stuff out of the way here.
Okay.
Right now, let's put this over here.
Yeah.
Running out of counter.
Yeah.
There's one of the problems in cooking in Japan is you never have a lot of counter. But let's move some of these things. That's good enough. That's
Okay.
there. Because what we need is we need a cutting board. And put those out on there.
Oh.
Can I get you to do the honors of chopping those up?
Kevin, I have just the tool.
Oh.
You ready? How did I do, Kevin?
That looks good.
All right.
All right, so we're ready to go.
Okay.
All right, so what are we going to, first thing we're going to, we forgot the olive oil, didn't we? That's okay. We got it right here.
Just 2-3 tablespoons.
2-3 tablespoons, so the lid off to one side here. Okay, so we're going to put in about 2-3 tablespoons. That's 1. That's about 2. Yeah, I get a little bit more.
Those are very precise measurements right there.
Yeah,
too.
that's exact. That's an exact 2 to 3 tablespoons. We bring that up on medium heat and move that over there. Should move the Parmesan cheese away from the heat.
Yeah, we don't want to cook that.
Nah, not yet.
Scoot that over here.
Now, how long is this? So we're going to cook the onions right now, right?
You put them in
We'll
first.
toss in the sausages too.
Yes.
Brown them up a little bit. That's 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, somewhere around there.
Yes.
Now, how long, after you add in the other ingredients, how long is it going to cook? How long do you usually simmer for?
What I typically do is I bring the whole mixture to a very, very low boil, and then just simmer it. You can turn it down. Simmer it for maybe 20 minutes, something like that, 20 or 25 minutes. What I want to be careful of is overcooking the vegetables that we have in here,
Right.
like the peppers.
So you're adding the zucchini late, right?
And I add the zucchini at 5 minutes or so before I might turn it off.
Okay.
Of course, it's always kind of hard to know when it's 5 minutes away from being done. But maybe at about minute 15 or minute 18 or something, you add the zucchini. Zucchini, and this is very tender zucchini too, so it doesn't need to be cooked very much.
Right. Okay. Well, so we won't start the pasta yet. We'll start the pasta a little later through the cycle.
Okay.
Because we're just going to cook that pasta to the directions for al dente.
Yes.
So, that's ready. I'm going to toss in the onions.
That's
all right. There we go. Got a nice sizzle.
Already.
All right. We're going to toss in those sausages.
There we go.
All right. Oh.
That chopping device I used worked well.
That did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put that off to one side for right now. All right. So,
maybe, what, 8 minutes or so?
Yeah, usual 8 to 10 minutes, depending.
Exactly.
That's what we want to do is just soften up the onions, get a little browning started, because that just adds a little flavor.
It does.
And we'll see you back here in about 8 to 10 minutes.
See you soon.
All right, that's been cooking for a good 8 minutes, and we're getting some nice browning. Let's see, look at that.
It's beautiful.
The onions are getting soft.
Smells good.
All right. Okay, so now basically we add everything but the cheese and the zucchini, right?
Correct.
All right. Yeah.
So maybe we add the peppers first.
The peppers first?
Yeah, let them cook just a little bit, maybe, and maybe the garlic too.
And the garlic, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Just gotta let that happen in a bit.
And the mushrooms too.
Mushrooms too, yeah. A little browning on those.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds great.
Let them cook, what, a couple of minutes?
How about the seasonings? Should I get some?
Sure, yeah. You know, Kevin, I was going to mention something while we're cooking here. I wanted to, for those of you who might be in Japan or thinking about coming to Japan, I have a recommendation for Kyoto that is, you know, may not be on the top 10 list, and that's the Kyoto Railway Museum. It's really great. It's not far from Kyoto Station. You can actually walk there, or you can take the train, the JR Sagano line. It's one stop.
Right. That's the one that goes from track 28.
Yes, exactly. Around the corner
station there.
Yeah,
around the corners.
Yeah,
the tracks.
Mm-hmm. And the railway museum is about 10 years old, maybe. You know, I'm not sure, something like that. But it's just beautiful. 3 floors of history of trains in Japan and all the different examples over time.
Sounds
really,
good.
it's worth going to.
Yeah.
I would recommend it.
Yeah, I still haven't been to it.
Yeah.
He emailed me, he messaged me the other day about that, and I really gotta go check that out because I love trains.
Yeah, me too. I go back home to Seattle here this week on Friday,
Right.
and one of the things that I will miss the most is the transportation system. It's just incredible here. I mean, you can take a train anywhere.
It does make life really easy. So if you're visiting here, man, you can get around so easily.
You can.
I think a lot of people come here. I know a lot of people come to Osaka and probably Tokyo and stuff too, and they think to themselves, we need a car or whatever.
Oh.
No, you don't. You don't need a car, or they want to take a taxi or whatever. No, you got fantastic trains, and it's actually fun riding the trains.
It's fun. It's enjoyable.
Yeah,
in fact,
they're clean
I'm looking forward to the ride back from Osaka to Kyoto, where I'm staying. So it's a great ride. Anyway, this is a cooking show, not a train show.
Well, a lot of people watching this show are interested in Japan, right? I mean, that's I find that a lot. I mean, yeah, it's not just about cooking in here. Cooking is, well, we love food, so, you know. But, all right, so that's looking good.
Looks good.
Now we just, tomatoes?
There we go.
Let's get those in there.
Get those in there.
Can you hand me that little rubber spatula and just make sure we get all that goodness in here? Just give that a scrape out like that.
You know, so Kevin, I want to comment. That's one thing I've noticed watching your shows that you always do a very good job of, and that's getting all of the material out of the bowls.
Oh yeah,
all of the ingredients.
I don't like to waste.
Yeah, that's good.
So, you know, actually, it's also, and this is this is another thing for if you're coming to Japan, especially rice. We do not waste rice. So you might notice. I've noticed this, you know, in other countries. My sister and her husband, I don't know what it is, but they leave a lot of food behind. And it just shocked us the first time they came here. But especially rice, we eat every kernel of rice off the plate because
every
it's
grain.
so important. Right. Rice is just such a part of our culture here. And, okay, so one thing to point out now. So what I've done now is we've added that tomato so we get the liquid. You know, we always need to deglaze the bottom, right? So that's helping deglaze right now. It's a little smooth around there. Get anything that cooked onto the bottom off, and that is looking fantastic already. Oh. Now, we're going to add in the olives.
Oh, this really looks good, Kevin.
And if you don't like black olives, you could use green olives.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
sometimes I know some people have a preference there. That's fine.
Or some,
black,
yeah. Or if you don't like olives at all, don't put them in.
Don't put them in, but they do look nice. They just kind of adds to
do.
the sauce. This is going to be great. Now the sugar.
So maybe we take a little taste.
A little taste.
That's,
See how much we need.
yeah.
Okay.
I think we need some, right?
All right. This is not going back in there again, so I'm just going to take put a little bit on there, and yeah, a little bit would be nice, but I think about only 1 tablespoon.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
about half. So I'm going to sprinkle a bit of that in there, and
Perfect.
yeah, it's good like that. Okay.
So that's
we
about-
want to use a tablespoon, okay?
That's about half of what you had here.
But if you want it a bit sweeter, then you could just
Yep.
add more. Now we threw in the whole tomatoes.
Yeah.
You want to cut them in half?
Let's maybe chop them up a little bit as they heat up. I think that
So-
would be good.
What I'm going to do now is this is going to simmer away here, like I said, for 20 minutes,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
What I'm going to do is take this spatula and just go through there, and you can just break them up. They break up real easy, so
they
just
do.
break them in half. So, it would leave a bit of chunkiness in there. That kind of adds to the whole goodness. I mean, look, there's a lot of chunky.
It's a pasta stew. That's what it is.
This is going to be we're going to have this with
Yeah.
the penne after. It's going to be fantastic. All right, see you back here
See you soon.
in 20 minutes. During that time, well, actually, see you back here in 15 minutes?
Yeah,
and then we're going to add these in. So see you back here in about 15 minutes. At that time, this is going to be cooking, all right? And then finish up.
We're almost
All right,
there.
We're getting there. All right.
See you soon.
See you all. All right, so that's been cooking for just about 15 minutes.
Yes.
And I've added the pasta into the boiling water, and that's cooking away. So now's the right time to add the zucchini. Eh?
Perfect.
All right, so that zucchini's going to cook for about the time the pasta cooks.
I'm going to throw this one in, Kevin. It got away.
Yeah, there's always one that escapes, isn't there? So stir that in. So that's going to cook about 5, 6, 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Just enough to
Exactly.
cook them a little bit, but not overdo them.
Oh,
Perfect.
Kevin, it smells so good.
Yeah, it's smelling good in here, isn't it? Now, what about the Parmesan cheese? Should we get that?
I think it would be a good idea to put, certainly we're going to put some on top at the end.
Yeah, well,
right?
but we can grate some more.
We can grate some more. So I think putting some in would smooth it out,
I
and
think it's going to make it nice and creamy. My love for cheese.
yeah, cheese.
I believe there's quite a few people who are always watching this channel. I see their comments. Also love cheese.
Yeah. This is really kind of
Yeah.
like a pasta stew.
It is. It's definitely pasta stew, and I'm liking this. All right. Oh yeah. Look, I'm saying you can just see that adds that nice creaminess to
Yeah,
it.
it changes the color a little bit, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. Yeah. So okay, we're gonna let that simmer a little bit longer.
Yeah.
We're gonna finish cooking that, drain it off, and then
Oh,
it's lunchtime.
We're going to have, neither one of us had any breakfast.
No, so we're ready for this.
And it literally is lunchtime here. It's almost 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
So,
Perfect. Yeah, actually 1 o'clock. Okay, so if you're here on a weekday in Japan, especially in Osaka, because Osaka is very much of a business area, you don't want to go for a 12 o'clock lunch. You want to go for a 1 o'clock lunch because 12 o'clock is when all the workers from the offices and stuff, it's so crowded. 1 o'clock
too
perfect.
crowded. And then people are standing outside waiting to get in. So.
I know. I just don't have that kind of patience. So I just go, oh, well, you know what? That looks like it must be a good place. I'll come another time.
Well, what I think, Kevin, is if people smell the food that we're cooking, they're going to be standing outside waiting to get in here. That's what I
Might
think.
be. Well, I don't know if you just heard my phones be
I
like
did.
ding, ding.
They're saying, we
And
want
they're
some.
just saying, hey, let us in.
Let us in.
Sorry. All right, I'll see you back here after that's finished cooking. All right, so that's been cooking away nicely. It's all thickened up. The zucchinis will be just perfect. That's looking great. The pasta finished cooking and has been drained. So now, guess what? Time to serve something up. Let's put a little of that pasta in there. And then toss some sauce on top of that, or stew, as we're going to call this, right?
Marinara stew, pasta stew.
Look at that. That's just chock-a-block full of goodness, that is.
Yeah.
Let's see, that looks about just like that.
Dynamite.
Oh, yeah, Kevin, as usual.
But Kevin, there's a problem.
Yeah.
There's only one bowl.
Yeah, no, you're out.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to dig up another bowl.
No, that's all right.
So what did you do there?
Yeah.
Parmesan cheese, of course. A little bit more on top. All right, so there we go. That's ready for dinner, or lunch.
A culinary masterpiece, Kevin.
Yes, it is.
Really, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's your masterpiece.
You added a lot, so thank you very much. Enjoy.
All right, guys. So if you like this, stick around. Check out the channel. A lot more things here on Kuma's Kitchen. Original Kevin Riley and Mike Herrin recipes here on the channel. Now go check those out. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not, and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any. And make cooking fun again with Kuma's Kitchen.
Take care, everyone.